All right, what's up? Back again. My good pal Rich Griggs here, an amp guru. We're checking out a couple more of these Sloane amps here, hand-built in Ohio. A couple months ago, I don't know if you saw it, but we did a video where we checked out a couple different ones. It was the Arcturus Deluxe and the Regulus, which was like a big boy, and then its little brother. Same with this. This is the Antares Deluxe and the Procyon. Interesting names. We've also got Rich's Soldano there. Rich, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I know you're good, because we've been hanging out for like a half hour before it started on the cameras, but we're doing good. But yeah, so these, the ones we did before, the Arcturus Deluxe and the Regulus were based off of Marshalls, right?
Yeah.
More of the British ones, and these are more of the American, based off the Soldano, right?
Yes, sir.
I have no experience with the Soldano whatsoever. Rich is well versed in them. So we're gonna compare them. I think we're just gonna start with Noon. We're into the Soldano right now, and he's just kind of got everything nooned out. We're gonna dial in a cool tone, then we're gonna try to do the same with the Antares, and then the Procyon in whatever order. And then we may even do a taste test. A
little taste test with our
you know, they say
pinkies
a
up.
blind taste test. I just think that sounds weird, but a blind hearing test?
An ear test.
The ear test to see if Rich can identify the Soldano or if the Sloan will hold
Blindfold.
up. Blindfolding,
my eyes.
yeah. I don't know if I have a blindfold around. We gotta find something and can use one of my socks. Or you can just close your eyes, you know, and I'll rip and we'll see what happens. So anyways, yeah, Rich, give us a little backstory on Soldano or what you like about them, all that.
So Mike Soldano made these in the 80s out in California, I believe, to like kind of meet everybody's high gain needs. They were modding all their Marshalls back then, and he was just like, man, I'm just gonna start one that rips out the gate. And everybody started buying them, you know, Steve Lukather, Steve Vai, Eddie Van Halen. Everybody bought these back in the day, so they were like kind of like the LA amp, and it just went worldwide. So I believe this is EL34's 100 watt. This is the bad, like the boutique amp distribution reissue. So it has the depth in it, which was like a common mod that they did. And yeah, I love the Soldanos, man. They rip. So I'm curious to see how close this the Sloan is, being that it's more affordable, local, and
white.
White, yeah.
Can you get Soldano in white or no?
They used to make them in. I think they're the guys that like started like the snakeskin amps. So you could get them in your like Warren D Martini, you know?
Yeah. Two things. When I bought my very first half stack, it was at a local music shop here called Bruno Brothers, and they had a snakeskin Randall half stack.
Badass.
And I wanted it so bad, you know. But then by the time I saved up money, it had gone. But so I bought a crate half stack. And it was
I
like
was gonna say, yeah. Then you end up with the crate, yeah.
Yeah, which I was happy with. And then the other thing is that I think white is cool. One time, a few of us from Camaro, I forget, I think we were on the road somewhere and we got invited to a Deftones show, and now I can't think of the band that opened. Oh man, it was like Hoobastank or something like that. No, Taproot. You ever heard of those guys?
Yeah.
Taproot opened, and the guitarist had two full stacks next to each other, all white. I can't remember the brand or whatever, but white heads. I was like, man, that looks awesome.
Clean, yeah. Yeah, I just bought a white Friedman cab because of the same. I just think it's so different than the common black that it looks good. And I think we mentioned last time that, you know, if you order one of these from Steve, he will, you know, he has tons of different Toltecs that he can do for you. We mentioned the pink. I thought was pretty cool, just because it's so different, you know?
Yeah.
That amp that he just released reminded me of like the Fight Club soap.
Ah, okay, yeah.
You know?
Man, if you show up on stage with a pink amp, you better rip.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, there's no room for error.
So yeah, in the Soldano, it rips, we know that, so I'm super curious to see. This is with everything at Noon. They're, you know, a lot of people say these amps are like flubby, but I don't really get too much of that.
Yeah, flub is not a word that comes to mind for me with that.
Me either. We are using EMG 81s in our guitars, So that does tighten up stuff a little bit, but yeah, overall, just at noon, I mean, this thing rips. And I could see how those, you know, the Sunset Strip guys were loving these back then, because it just gets that tone, no overdrive pedal. So let's give it a little bit more gain.
Yeah, we're just going straight in right now.
Yeah.
No effects. All we have is a tuner and a noise gate there, the ISP decimator and a Boss TU2, and no post-processing or anything. 57 on this Marshall 1960A, so you're hearing it as is.
And I will say, the way I test every amp is I kind of put everything to 6. And if it sounds good there, then I know it's pretty good, you know, so. Yeah.
Yeah, they got a little richer right off the bat, no pun intended.
Ah!
Man, that sounds killer.
Try it.
Just with everything right on 6?
Yeah, yeah, that's how I set literally almost all my amps. And you know, sometimes I'll mess with the mids and stuff, but it's just a sweet spot.
In this video, I'm gonna try to remember to put the standby on each time. You know? I'm in drop C here. Rich, you were in E, right? Man, that's killer. So, I know everything's on 6. Is that how you dial it in? Like, you're gonna play a show right now, what would you do?
Let's mess with it, just keep on playing. I'll build it around. So I will say that when I dial in an amp, because I have that all 6 mentality my whole life, is I will kind of close my eyes or look away when I'm dialing something in, just to use my ears, so I'm not using my eyes, dialing in by your eyesight. A lot of people do that, you know, scoop the mids out.
That's a great trick, just on a completely different subject, but editing audio or video. Oftentimes when I'm making some cut, making sure my fades are cool or whatever, I don't want the cut to be noticeable at all, I'll close my eyes and listen every time, you know? So,
and
yeah,
trust your ears.
Yeah.
And by trusting my ears, everything ended up at 7 as opposed to 6, except for the depth. So I guess that's just where I like this style of amp, you know?
Word.
And I think it sounds great. But I'm curious to see how.
Let's do it,
you know,
yeah.
We're here, this is what we're here for.
This is what we're here for, yeah.
And I just brought this as a sort of comparison.
Yeah, I mean, because obviously these are somewhat modeled off the Soldano, so yeah, it should sound the same or better, right?
Yep. And you know what? Should we start out with the settings matched to these, just to see how close those are?
Go for it.
So let's get those all treble, mid. The presence is depth. And this is about where I set a 5150 too. Now 5150 is modeled after an SLO as well, as far as I know. So.
And should we assume that these are off the saturation and response, left off? I don't know. We'll find out.
Okay, so this is the one with the 2. So the difference between this one is this has a 3-way.
On the saturation and response, he was saying.
Yeah, on the saturation and response, but the middle is different, and then both the outsides are the same, but just a different.
Right, so he was saying he's gonna eventually make those just to a 2-switch because the center is off, right and left are the same, so kind of pointless to have a 3-way switch there, and he's gonna be updating that, he said. But
And when we checked out the Marshall versions of his amps, the 50 watt was ripping.
yeah.
So I'm super curious to see what that is, especially with the price tag being way less than one of these. I mean, these things are expensive. If you're a collector, it's cool to have one, but if you're just going for the sound.
What does the Soldano go for like that?
I don't know. I want to say they're around $4,000 or something.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got this one in a trade, but as most of my gear, I just buy, sell, trade, you know? So yeah, let's hear this guy. So, what's your initial response?
I think it sounds rad, very similar, but quieter. Like, I don't know if it's just
Yeah, we could turn this volume up a little bit.
compared to the Soldano, it just seems a little bit quieter than what we were playing on. I'm not saying it's a quieter head or anything. I'm just.
The first thing I noticed was the depth is a little bit less than the Soldano, which may clear up that thing where people say it's muddy, you know? So I would probably crank this a little bit more. But the top end and the tightness is, this is tighter sounding to me.
That's what I was gonna say next, yeah. But what happens like, wow, that's unexpected.
Yeah, when these clip, when you put in that saturation, it'll take your volume down and you just compensate by turning it up.
So that's turning the response
That
on.
way over there sounded more like the Soldano. Yeah. Wow.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, these are great. For all you standby guys out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't know. I almost prefer. They're the same and different. You know?
Yeah, definitely tighter. And you just, like I mentioned, have so much more experience in terms of the comparison.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I almost can't remember exactly what the Soldano is supposed to sound like anymore. You know, but yeah, certainly no disappointment.
Yeah, it's badass. And what do you know what the price on these are?
I will post it on the screen right now. But I don't off the top of my head.
So you want to see this 50 watt?
Let's do it.
I like the reverse of these right now. You know how this is black and then white, and then this is black and then white here. Just
yeah, it does look cool.
Okay, so let's,
the only problem with white is that it's hard to keep clean.
Yeah.
If you're gigging.
Okay, where did I set those on here? About depth up. We got the master kind of.
So you say this is 50 watts, you assume?
Yeah.
And this is
100.
Okay. You ready?
Yep. Louder. This dude's 50 watt amps rip.
Yeah, I know, it's loud, man.
Do you know, I hear like that, like this high end thing that like Marshalls do, like an 800 that makes these a little bit more appealing to me because I just like that 800 sound quite a bit. Like it's like perfect for thrash. Like, you can even take a little bit of it off. And we're going right into these amps. So there's no overdrive. This is just what you get when you plug in. It's badass. Again, I'm kind of like, I like the 50 watt.
Yeah, give it a gander. Yeah, it's funny too, when we were still using the Antares and we switched over from me to you, I was like, man, that guitar just sounds a lot brighter and higher. And then I'm like, oh yeah, you're in E. I forgot, because Rich is in E standard. I'm in drop C. And the bottom end is really tight. Rocks, man, so tight.
pretty badass. Okay, do you want to go back to the Soldano and see?
All right. Yeah, right where we left it, right?
Yep. There we are. Got it?
Let's see. Killer, but yeah, loud. Now, if we were to do this test, I don't know, how would we do that? We have to get the volumes just right. And then all you have to do is turn around and I'll see which one's plugged in,
Yeah.
I guess. But if I take the time right now to get them volume matched, you'd know which is which if you're watching.
So what do I do?
I don't know. Maybe that's not a good idea. I don't know.
I could leave the room for a minute.
You could say, oh, that's the pro scene.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
that's
curious to see how well I do. So
all right, so yeah, just turn away for a sec. I'm gonna.
we need some of those Chappers goggles that they got for Andertons.
But,
You know, okay, so here, maybe I'll take this and we'll keep the guitar the same.
Okay.
And then we don't have anything to cover my eyes, so I'm just gonna have to be honest with you guys.
Okay.
And maybe I'll
Yeah, so just turn away for a sec.
I'll just hang out this way.
Okay.
Okay, so in this view, I cannot see the amps at all, so this will just be by ear.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and play.
Okay.
I'm not having you guess yet. Just go
Okay.
ahead. I'm just trying to get volume match here. Back.
Whatever that one
Keep
was.
going.
Sounded awesome.
Oh. Almost there.
I can tell you so far, I could barely tell them apart.
Okay. All right, so here we go with the test.
Okay, can you give an A, B, and a C? So say this will be amp A.
Okay, sure.
And then I will take the sticky note, Santa Claus sticky note, and write down what I think.
Okay.
So A, C. Okay.
All right. So this is amp A.
Okay.
ahead and just write down what you think it is, and I'll get you another one.
I'm gonna say that is the. Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
He knows right away, huh? So still sticking with your with your guess there?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, finally going to C here. No peeking. Here we go.
Okay.
Thoughts?
I'm gonna say that's the Fitty.
All right. So
Okay.
you chose A as the 100 watt, which was correct. Here's this little guy there. Okay. So A, you were correct on that. And then you got these reversed. B was the 50 watt, and C was the Soldano.
I was sure that this was the Soldano.
So, right there, I mean, you could take that as a good indication that it's a pretty good copy, because Rich, a Soldano owner, couldn't tell the difference there.
You could take that as in Steve. I'm gonna be ordering one of these.
Yeah, SloaneAmps.com, just like it's spelled, SLOANE. If you want to get one, like we said, hand built right here in Ohio, so it's cool, you know, homegrown. We like that, having an amp company here. And he wants to start doing a lot of repairs and stuff. He's got two 6505s of mine right now, and he just did up like, what, 4 or 5 amps of yours?
Yeah,
or something?
he what did he do? He retubed my Mesa Barba, which was having like some noise issues in the loop, and then a PV Invective that was all the way jacked up. And he fixed them quick, fast, and super cost effective. I mean, I paid for what I paid for 3 amps was what I would pay for one from some other local guys. So fantastic.
Good.
Yeah.
So if you're in the Northeast Ohio area and you're looking for an amp guy, because I was, man, sometimes you go into these shops, it's just so much bullshit, unorganized. You know, I told you guys, this is one guy I called, I forget what amp company or whatever, this was a couple years ago. He's like, hello. I'm like, yeah, I'm looking to get an amp repair. He's like, I'm too busy. Call me back in a couple months. I'm like, well, isn't there some waiting list or something like that? Aren't you going to still be busy in a couple months? And won't I be that many guys behind or whatever? He's like, I don't know, man. Call me back in a couple months. I'm just like,
right.
Great business model there, you know? But hey, but maybe he's killing it. I don't know. But anyways, Steve seems legit, and I'm happy to, I'm going to get these amps
super nice
from
guy. And, you know, every time when I've worked with him on something, he was, which I wasn't used to, he was like sending me, this is what's going on, this is how long it's taking me, this is what I'm doing in the amp. Very informative with what he was doing to my amp, and kept me informed. So there was no sitting around wondering, which made the wait feel even less. I mean, I think he had my stuff done in like 3 or 4 days. He would just knock out an amp every day and take a couple hours of his day out, and you know. So great work, great amps, and I mean, the taste, what were we calling it, the blind taste challenge or something?
Blind sound test.
The blind sound test. I play this amp probably 75% of the time. It's the one I go to at home.
Which says a lot, because you own how many heads? I think in a picture you sent me, I counted at least 30
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
I sent that picture to Ben Eller, and he called it Tonehenge, so I've been calling it Tonehenge.
I'll put it on screen, or if I haven't already, we'll put it on screen because you're yeah, because you set up your new place.
Yeah. So, I've been rocking the 800s a lot lately. I'm really loving that, like, kind of Zach Wild setup with just like a overdrive pedal and the 800, just stock, nothing special. But coming back to these, I'm like, man, I'm kind of missing that.
There's a lot of bite.
There's weight, bite, and then, what I thought I was missing in depth, I instantly was like, that's the SLO. It's got the depth, but it was the 50 watts. So I'm super impressed. And it's really informative to do them back to back like that, because every time I played one of these, I was like, even when we were at Steve's house, I was like, can't you put a little bit more depth in it? And he went over and, soldered the...
Yeah, real-time modifications.
It was awesome. It was awesome. You always hear about like guys building their signature amps and they're in there with the amp open and the guy goes and adds something. And I never got to experience that real time. So it was awesome. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, it was my first time seeing anything like that.
Totally impressed. I think that's badass.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm going to be making an order, I believe.
A couple more winners. The big boy, the Antares Deluxe 100 watt, and its little brother, the Procyon 50 watt, we're assuming.
Yeah, and what we didn't mention too is this is a single channel amp. For me, that works because I use my board. I use the Quad Cortex on my board, and I'll run my clean channel into the loop if I'm doing clean tones. 90% of everything I do is distortion anyways. Mm-hmm. But on this is a 2-channel amp with your clean and your dirty. And then the Soldano is sort of a 3-channel because it has the crunch or clean on the normal channel, and then your overdrive channel.
All right. Well, I think another successful amp demo here. We like these Sloans. They're killer. So, and always a fun time jamming and hanging with you.
Absolutely.
You're going to hear more from us. No spoilers or anything, but mark my words. Videos or in other ways and stuff like that. I like doing these videos with guys that know more about the product than I do in a lot of scenarios. So
it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you, Rich, for coming by and helping out again, bringing your Soldano for the test. Thanks to Steve for providing us with the amps for this, and I'm looking forward to getting my 6505s back. And yeah, we'll just kind of go from there. Appreciate everybody watching. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that right now. Rich is going to be doing a channel at some point too, so I'll link you to that once that becomes a thing. So, but yeah, hope everyone has a good one. Hope to see you on the next one.
Oh, fucked up.